here in terms of the competition. They also want to make sure that they can close in that gap, or else TSM is going to keep running with it going into this game 5.
Well, here we go. G2 on the top of everybody's tongues. We've got 19 squads landing here, and they're going to get the early beacon. Let's see where this zone is pulling. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Looks like we might have a southern zone here, and that's going to be exciting for G2. Obviously, they've done well navigating 2 northern zones in a row, getting better, and then ultimately winning that last game. But how do you feel about this? Not going to have to travel too far.
Yeah, that's always nice here. G2 very happy about that, and I was actually a little concerned because even though Designful got that scan for the beacon, it looked like he had gotten scanned, and it actually seems to be the case. It was a squad over by Tree that may have wanted to get that beacon themselves, so that's going to be interesting to see that early fight going on as they are going to try to rotate through that choke point. Also looking at 100 Thieves who don't have to trek too far either. They're going to have to be going over to the west, but they're going to be making their way right over from launch site, so now they are going to be able to see that contention from the southern zone where they may not have to worry too much about these other squads on the north side. If you can see, a lot of those squads are going to contest in that landslide area, leaving Skyhook, especially in Countdown.
And one of the reasons it's so important to note this map and where everybody is landing and why it's different from your games. I know, bear with us for those who are experienced Apex Legends viewers of the esport, but for those just jumping in, I mean, this is an spoken rule of where we're landing. They do not contest each other on the landing zones, typically for the most part of maybe 18 out of the 20 teams, because of the fact that you minimize the RNG potential for things to go wrong for both teams by not fighting each other, and you take a much more even fight based on stuff you can practice, you can plan once you've been looted, once you got your weapons, and then you're finally rotating. This is kind of just the unwritten rule of Apex Legends and BR esports, and it works really well. But if you're a better team, Vicky, if you're a more intimidating team, you obviously can claim better, more central locations, which is why TSM find themselves not too far away from anything, landing right in the middle of the map with some of the most loot and some of the easiest access from Fragment.
Yeah, you know, shout out to game number 3 where TSM actually did that to C9 over Acclimatizer, and now TSM looking to get into another fight right out of the gates here for game number 5. But yeah, that's basically exactly what they did, where they were able to loot appropriately where they wanted to loot and then try to deny C9 the rest of the loot when trying to take that early contention, that early team fight where they wanted to fight for that position. So you see Team Liquid now also getting themselves in some trouble. Another squad right here over by Skyhook, as you can see Nocturnal shifting that attention over to the high ground on top of Trials.
And Nocturnal on the Valkyrie. We've seen Valkyrie become a staple in Apex Legends esports, where it was an attempted trial towards the back half of the championships, where a few teams took advantage of it and others were kind of sitting, watching by. NRG Sweet mentioned it himself. Should have been ready. Should have been thinking about the Valkyrie earlier on in prep. But now, make no mistake, nobody in North America or Europe is forgetting what this champion, this legend, excuse me, can do. As Furia here looting up the Trials. Still 16 seconds left. Zone 1 about to end with no casualties.
Furia also going to be able to be that squad to actually put in pressure onto that squad that was rotating right out of here. Now you have to note here is they are going to be able to get this loot. They're going to feel pretty happy here and also get onto the higher ground. They also have that balloon that they could work from too. So Furia looking pretty happy with 2 purple Evos, 1 gold that they're rotating through.
And man, I mean, the most action on screen. Punching the Prowler. I mean, the indignant approach. Zera not afraid at all. No respect for the Prowler lives there. And, you know, you can understand it. They've had to kill them so many different times to get that loot and complete that little mini game. I think that it's a bit tiresome at this point. They're like, might as well just open for us, guys. We've done this enough. Can't we just skip the Prowler thing and go right to the gold loot? Maybe one day we'll have an adjustment there, but until now, the Trials are still the Trials. Knights, though, a team, Vicky, that had a great performance last game.
Yeah, Knights really trying to carry some of that momentum going into these final last 2 games here. You can see them playing a lot more patiently, but playing from the low ground where they could find themselves a little open, especially in Harvester as G2. Now, a lot of these fights happening early on, but Rain, none of these squads have actually dropped. So that's something nice to note here as G2 try to get a little aggressive, fight for this high ground, but the Arc Star has snuck his way through before that dome came out, and now Charlotte Phoenix are in trouble.
Oh, and so is G2 in a little bit of a choke point here. It feels like they'll be able to manage it. That Gibraltar Dome really well timed by Resulta, and so that's going to buy them plenty of opportunities. to get the scans off. And one of the things with the Bloodhound is that it really, again, just does not allow teams to safely and confidently push you. They know that you're going to see them. They know you'll have first shot on them most likely. And so it really helps to delay and buy some time. And you can see Charlotte Phoenix don't want to give them time at all. Creek trying to take the high ground with the Rampage as well. He's got it revved up with the Thermite, so you know he's going to want to peek before that goes down. But again, maybe his IGL or maybe the senses coming from, hey, don't push it too hard, are telling him to just not risk getting headshot by a man like Designville, who we know can do that.
Exactly, and they're also looking to their backs too. They know that any squad could try to come back from right behind them, try to sandwich them third-party central here, especially in this spot, as they want to rotate away from Thermo, maybe going into that next choke point. They're actually just reaffirming here that maybe they should just take this fight elsewhere. They don't want to overextend, and Designful is actually going to just get right back into the action. He's taking that zipline back up, while the rest of G2 are holding back Charlotte Phoenix still on the other side. But again, that's a lot of action happening and a lot of noise for some of these squads to make that rotation.
Well, noise sometimes can be the best distraction, but who is it for? Well, TSM is a team that has taken advantage of a lot of things happening across the map over the last few games. They find themselves sitting at the top of the leaderboards here today. And Snipedown, a man of many conversations leading into this, has played just as well as we would have expected any other week as far as his team. And Reps holding things down as well. TSM really, Vicky, have looked, if anything, like them all, their old selves, or maybe even a little bit more.
Yeah, you know what it is? I feel like TSM has just been playing way more aggressive than what we were seeing from them earlier on in the Pro League, and it obviously fits their style. They're fragging out. They haven't won a game yet. They're still in first place in the overall leaderboards for today. I want to keep seeing that as C9 have made their rotation away from the northern part of the map. Again, we have to know that they always are landing Climatizer, so they definitely had a bit of a trek to go, and as they are going to be able to approach Circle here, they're trying to approach this safely off to the side before noting that maybe there's another squad up ahead. Doesn't seem like there is, and they are going to be able to take this space before making their decision to try to rotate deeper into Circle.
Well, a team in 6th place leading into this without having played all of the matches that some of the teams in the higher position have is Cloud9. They're looking to continue in the route that they've been on to success in the season of the ALGS. So let's go ahead and listen in to what's going on with this approach.
Yeah, I feel like we would. It's not like a god spot, you know? There's just going to be teams kind of lackadaisically holding. Or lackadaisically holding.
It's open.
The close ring is open.
There's a Bloodhound team in here, bro.
I don't know if the far ring is open though. Wait, the fighting.
I think
on
we
the
might
left.
get angled out if
Fighting
we
on the
go there.
left. I think so as well.
It's not like a. There's not a lot of teams playing Harvester right now, you know.
I think we run into Storm, bro. Mac, we can't get in over here. This is taken. High ground's taken. The ring is the only option we have. That's not a good option.
Yeah.
We're getting walked up on.
Why not right? What the fuck?
I will put that guy down.
Like all the way up.
I'm popping.
yeah.
One guy's right here.
No, but
Valky's on my red mark. Valky's on my red mark.
I see Valk. I see Valk. I'm not ulting. They're going back. They're just looking at us.
Look to kill the Valk.
I killed the Valk. I almost weaked the Valk.
I don't see her.
Stepping forward.
On this rock.
The enemy is moving in.
Headshot, give me. Oh, fuck. They bumped.
Valk's out.
Body heading.
Oh, you're a god, Zach. Holy
Just
shit.
Back
them?
up.
No.
No,
Good shit, Zach. You're fucking
They're
beaming.
good.
Dude, if I'm
We
getting my
have,
shots
we
right now,
have
we have 2
no
kills.
spot to go to.
Yeah, storm wrap.
I mean, we could go under. We could go under.
You could go tracks. You could storm wrap.
Vicky, bit of a contest there, but not too much done. What are your takeaways from that?
I love the part where they were officially, when they first showed up, we're like, all right, maybe not so many squads in Harvester. Meanwhile, you and I know that there was already a lot of squads stationed there for a long time. And then while that was going on, we also saw in the kill feed that really long fight that was happening between G2 and CLT just finished. So G2 coming out on top from that fight. CLX now in some trouble here as Cruisin is actually trying to struggle with this 2v1. He gets the crack, but look at this that Furia could work off of. You got the gold Evo, you got the full purple Evo. It's going to be difficult as a solo to try to clutch this out in a 1v3.
And it really is interesting, you know, how a lot of players will opt away from the gold. But it's really only a certain situation, Vicky, because that gold, when you're in almost any other fight except the final zone, is the best shield, in my opinion. But part of the reason why you trade out for that red Evo is that 25 extra health is more important than being able to re-heal once you're in the middle of a fight, and the chaos of not being able to heal. It's a little bit more risky to opt for even a shield cell and say, maybe I'll get 50 back by hiding behind a rock, because you can never guarantee that once you start fighting, you won't stop fighting. And so 2 golds, 1 purple, that's enough. Tech on the Gibraltar as well makes it count that much more since you get 15% less damage on your bullets when you're shooting at a Gibraltar. And, of course, that is part of his passive that allows him also not to get slowed by bullets. A huge reason Gibraltar is still such a staple as far as Apex Legends 1v1s and just the competitive scene in general.
Now, speaking of passives, with Ash being in the pool right now, we've been able to see a lot of representation from Ash. We got to highlight Ash's passive too, just being able to allow teams like Furia note which of these death boxes are appearing on their screen first, which of these contention spots do they want to avoid, because you can see right here as Tech is getting pinged right from across the lot. They're trying to dodge, they're trying to avoid that. They already used the ult, and they're actually going to secure this building right here before making the rotation, because this is not in circle.
I'll tell you, Vicky, that Ash ult is just clean. I mean, it just
looks
looks
so
so
cool.
good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
So
actually
cool.
looks super fire.
I mean, it's like, let's go, you know? And you imagine the hype moments of just a full team being like, let's get it. And you get the music ramping up. You put the compilation, you know, you hire an editor online for like, what, $30 an hour, and he just puts the, you know, the techno hype music on it, and it just cuts it up with the smash cuts, man. I can imagine. If anybody needs content creation support, you know, I got you guys, especially the pros up in here. Verholst as well. If you need somebody to hit his shots, well, look no farther than Esports Arena. Skittle Cakes gets picked up, but Duplex and Verholst clean it up. These guys just, again, showing why they're so successful in this lobby. I want to cancel Skyward Dive here as we follow on along with TSM.
And ESA also just recently taking out C9 in the lobby. It is getting hot right here. You talk about some of these frag videos. I mean, ESA is going to be that squad after they just finished out that fight where they took out C9. So that's something to note here with 14 squads still remaining. TSM playing this patiently. They haven't secured the KP that we've been seeing them secure throughout the day, but they're just being way more wary because this is a very similar circle that we have seen TSM play by the edge, and this is going to be pulling over the other side of Harvester. So whoever gets that high ground that leaves away from the vault tunnel is going to be in a great spot as long as they don't find themselves getting sandwiched by the squads coming away from staging.
Well, it is going to be a very difficult road for a lot of these teams, especially those who are putting their best effort in to try to change the scenario for their standings heading into playoffs and reach that ultimate top 10. Demi, though, finds himself in a bit of trouble. It was Furia, who we've been seeing rotate, finding all that damage, and they just had the perfect vantage point. Vicky, they have taken down Moners on that rotation. What an unfortunate scenario there on the Valkyrie.
They essentially shined a spotlight on Moners and then just swatted away at the Valkyrie like she was a moth to the light. And Furia taking advantage of that. We were noting this is one of those squads that want to maintain their spot currently in the Pro League. They don't want to see themselves dropping as they had a bit of a slow start, and now they are coming alive. They got some KP, and they're in a great spot that they're going to have to give up eventually coming out of this high ground, because this circle is going to be closing in less than 35 seconds.
We do have a little bit of time here, 14 squads left. We know the action starts to heat up here in game number 5 of our ALGS North American side of the day. For those watching at home, we're glad you're joining us on this lovely Sunday. And for those in England or Europe, thank you for joining us on Monday as we get on a little bit later on into the night. Saw someone correct me there saying, hey, it's midnight, Rainy. It's not evening. It's already the next day. So we appreciate you guys even more as you're putting in that extra work, sacrificing some sleep to keep up with your favorite Apex players. We love it.
Yeah, it's never too late to deny yourself sleep when you're a true gamer out here. Like we
True
are
gamer.
seeing Buff Pathfinder. Yeah, for real. With the Kraber in hand, by the way, here. So Bursty holding the spot. This is the spot that I was referring to. But is it too soon here as you still see some teams fighting it out over to the other side from staging? So those squads could actually try to sandwich Buff Pathfinder if they notice that they're still rocking the full blue Evos.
Spacestation, a team James was very excited about. Performed really well last game. Wasn't able to get it done. And we have a chance, though, to see how they might find a way to get it done this round. Let's go ahead and take a listen in with Spacestation Gaming.
Remember, it's going to pull back to us. Look, it's going to pull back. We're going to be fine. What? No, we're not.
We have to play that choke, maybe.
Yeah, we need to kind of start.
We don't want to get pinched in the choke by
Yeah, I know. We got to do it late. Well, I mean, we can just play that corner right here. Look, we're going to play that corner. We're just going to play that corner right here. That's all we. That's what we're going to have to do.
I'm just hard staring at text team, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
fucking do anything.
This team has to move too.
I know.
BB has red armor on this team. They're looking towards.
Oh,
They're looking
Kraber.
towards Dorito. Yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
Kraber.
Kraber from height.
Yeah.
From that rock, right?
Yeah.
Backing up.
They're getting charged right from the side. I think they might have just gotten 3-2-1. Careful.
Dude.
Careful, careful, guys.
I got
Careful.
bird.
Nice. Kraber from height, and we're gonna have to fight. We're gonna fight for this edge right here, okay? We know. Everyone know the plan. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna just cross the gold that
The
shit.
Gibby is solo under. I hear him.
Dude, who cares? We have to play for the spot.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
We're gonna die
Careful,
for that one
careful.
kill.
Don't get Kraber. Do not get Kraber.
There's still, watch out, he's peeking from here.
Yeah,
still.
I'm staring at it.
Draw me a bet. I have none.
I don't have. I only have one.
Enemy spotted.
Just stare at this. There's a team there. We kind of need to start bullying these guys, bro. No cap.
On the left.
Yeah, there's a team in the spot that we want.
Dying.
I'm just getting shot in the back by Tech. They're
Oh,
Tech's
it's the solo Gibby. I think it's the solo Gibby. No cap. I think we should go now. We should go. We should go.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I have to. I'm gonna have to bubble here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm bubbling this cross on the truck.
Yep. Just heal up. Heal up. Heal up.
Yeah, we're just getting straight up by
I'm
enemy.
Yep.
gibblting in front, bro.
We gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
It's
Yeah, I
the Gibby,
know.
think.
Yeah, it is. It's the solo Gibby. Just keep walking.
I'm here.
Nice,
I'm here.
good job.
I'm
Nice.
just heal this corner. Heal in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm selling. I'm charging rampage.
Yeah, we're
Second them might
chilling. We're
walk
chilling.
behind us.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Selling up. I won't have enough cells. You guys need to drop me.
No, I don't have any. I
I'm
have
popping
2.
my cells right now. I'm about to have one.
We need to kill this guy
I need
for
it,
like
I need
meds and shit, bro. We might need to wrap on to kill this guy. You guys hear me, right? I'm walking
Yeah,
up.
go with them, Zen. Go with
I'm
them.
just watching our back.
Yeah, I'm watching too.
I don't know where this guy is.
Fucking longboat in the head, bro.
Here. I drop you my last bet. It's all I have though. I literally have nothing else.
I don't think there's anyone on this side, bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's walk
I'm
up.
going up. There's no one here.
Well, a lot of good comms from Spacestation. They've made it out into the final circle. It's round 5 though, and they're gonna find him. Oh, little sneaky Gibraltar. Not sneaky enough here. Moner's gonna lose Ronnie, and Freck's
did
gonna
he
pick up
know?
that extra KP and placement point.
We saw him behind a rock, but that was actually impressive. He immediately checked that spot. He was like, yeah, I've done this same dance before. He knew. And that was great for them because you heard them before. They were low on meds. It seems like they were just low in general. And in this high intense situation, you could hear the intensity of the comms coming out when they wanted to wrap around. So now with Knights being in a situation a little bit different, they're actually going to have to be forced to traverse through this open ground because this building, Spaghetti Building, is not in circle.
There's a lot of teams that might have to move here in just a moment. But Knights, who have found themselves in a really good position last game, and the game prior going up against ESA in a 1v1, have now found themselves in a similar position where Esports Arena have a vantage point from the outside. Duplex drops the Gibraltar Dome, and the defensive bombardment is coming now. It's great timing on those aggressing, but it's going to be a problem potentially for Verholst here. He may get hit once, but he's got the gold shield as well. He can go for shield cells. That'll be 2 seconds as well to get 50. It's going to be 4 seconds for the full shield bat. It's going to be 2.5, excuse me, for the shield cells. So he's going to have to trade a little bit of time, maybe for a little bit of efficiency if it gets down to it. He's got 13 of those, so it shouldn't be a problem. But now, Vicky, things are starting to close, and this is going to tell a lot for Esports Arena if they can continue to somehow find the angles there. You can see Verholst is ready to shoot.
Ooh. And he didn't even take damage just yet from the circle. Now they're forced to go through this open ground, but they did get that crack, so they're forced to play this a lot more defensively.
Oh, nice
Great
arc.
crack from Verholst there, and yeah, the Arcstar too, trying to deny them the space. They're playing at a circle. They're already low as
See ya.
it is. They close out that KP. They move forward, and they're gonna also get to the cover behind this truck.
Oh man, these guys just don't miss sometimes, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes there's just not enough you can do, not enough shield, not enough space, and not enough damage, but what? Verholst! He finds it somehow. He turns into the kill leader, and he is alive. I told you 2.5 seconds might be all he needs, and he does. He gets 100 shield back. He's got to move, though, because he's only got 1 health. The ring is his biggest opponent right here. 5 squads left. Can Duplex and Verholst come through? They can, and they find not only shield swaps, not that Verholst needs it, but the ability to get Skittle Cakes up and full heal. What did I just say, Vicky?
You saw chaos. You only saw chaos. There's even somebody down right across from ESA. They note that Buff Pathfinder all alive. They have the Kraber in their hand. Only 2 bullets. The remaining team's TSM as well. The redeploy that we heard at the very start to this entire circle closing in has allowed Buff Pathfinder also to hold this high ground. Maybe boot it off to the side as you know that ESA is right there. They get the crack with the Kraber. Let's see if they can send it in with TSM playing right underneath this Pride Rock.
TSM finding SSG. We know that Esports Arena is around and Buff Pathfinder. There's still one more team involved, but Skittlecakes looks like he's going to fall yet again. He seems to be the first one down for ESA, but it works out for Duplex and Verholz because they somehow find a way to do it even with numbers not in their favor. TSM, though, holding the high ground. They've got angles onto everyone. And Hal getting a little bit aggressive. He sees the skyward dive potential on the side of SSG. Is the Valkyrie going to do it? He's going to have to move. Blitzen by himself. This is that solo. Otherwise, we will see 4 teams clash, all potentially deserving wins here, all top performers on the day. It's going to be a matter of who performs, Vicky, and who doesn't.
That was so intense. I'm not over it. I'm not over having to traverse through this open ground, and it's still going on. 4 squads left. You see Spacestation getting that knock. TSM still playing and hugging this rock, but Reps gets melted, and so does Hal. He gets a shield swap with the nice hit from Reps. He's forced to pop the shield back, playing under this rock, but look at this cover fire that Imperial Hal is putting down.
And it looks like this has to be part of Buff Pathfinder because Bursty is still atop, and he's going to have angles. That's at least 64 damage, and that is enough. Especially when you're coming down on high, a little bit more. A shield crack might just give him the benefit of the doubt. But Verholz, he finds 2. SSG dropped and Frex are dropped. Verholz gets the next. He takes down Zenile with Duplex. It is Esports Arena. Buff Pathfinder going down. Will TSM be able to stop Esports? No, look at this. They are full shield. 2 Evos, 1 gold. This team has taken North America by storm and are supplanting the greats, the heroes of times past. It is a new time. It is a new hero. It is Esports Arena who are going to be your champions here in Game 5 of Apex Legends North America.
ESA are insane. Verholz is the aim god. What a performance from ESA. They had to play in the most worst position where they had to literally put themselves in between 3 squads, and they